How universe tests you before your reality changes. What happens before you shift and transform your reality? It is so important to understand this concept because most people struggle in life because they don't understand this. They don't get how God universe works, how things shifts in their life and what needs to happen for the shift to happen. So how are you being tested? You get tested every time you decide to shift the way you work normally. So if you are someone who has lived in a negative thought pattern all your life, and if you decide to go against that, so you choose a coach or you go for a retreat or you sign up for some program which allows you to shift your mindset, what would happen? You would feel so much resistance going into that. Let's say eventually you decide to go to that. Eventually you said, look, enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm going to do this. And you make that decision. What would happen? You may get sick. You may find other challenges come into your life. You may feel everything going wrong. You may feel like everything is collapsing. You feel like maybe I made a wrong decision. Because of this decision, my life is collapsing. I'm getting sick. I don't feel well. I don't feel like doing this because I think this is the reason why things have gone bad for me. So if you do that, if you doubt your decision and you come back to where you were, that is your test. You are being tested because the vibrational match is not there. You can make a decision from a lower vibration, lower frequency, from guilt, shame, anger, frustration. And because that is a familiar pattern, that's a familiar emotion in your body, universe will push you to remain there where you are because that is familiar. But if you go against it because you are ready to transform and change your life, you will see the challenges. And why you see the challenges is because universe wants you to decide regardless of the challenges, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what is going on. So having that strong faith and belief in your transformation is needed for you to transform. If you doubt that, and if you come back to your old pattern, beliefs, emotions, you will remain where you are. And that will feel comfortable because the challenges goes away because you've left the decision and came back to your normal frequency. So every time we evolve or we upgrade ourselves to a new level, we will feel the resistance. We will feel this pull towards our old self. And this is how universe tests you to see how committed you are and how decisive you are to reach where you want to go. If there are even the tiniest doubt, you will be pulled back. You will go back to where you are. This is where you have to be very aware of the change you are looking for. You have to be completely committed in your life. Even if it's a job that you're applying that is a higher pay and that feels very uncomfortable, like, oh my God, how I'm going to do this, you may find a lot of challenges come with that. Your energy is different. Your vibration is different. And you feel this pull towards your old self and this feels too far ahead, naturally you will sabotage yourself. You will not go there because that feels uncomfortable. And that is your test. How comfortable can you be being uncomfortable? How comfortable can you be to change your reality by being in this uncertainty, by facing these challenges, by changing your beliefs? How comfortable can you be? And if you can't take it, you will go back to where you were. This is why so many people struggle in life, because they do not see this test. When I started changing and transforming my life and the way things were for me, I was tested so much. But what I didn't let go of is that vision, that belief that this is where I see myself. This is where I am. And doesn't matter what comes in my way, I will keep going where I see myself. Nothing will stop me. And that really helped me to move forward in life because I was not willing to let go. I was not willing to live my old story. I was not willing to put up with what I was putting up with. There was no way that I would go back. That was the self-belief and the resilience that I will keep moving forward regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the challenge, regardless of what happens. I will keep moving forward. Nothing will stop me. And did I have challenges? Yes, plenty. There were plenty ways I could go back. There's plenty reasons I had that I don't want to do this because it's so hard. It felt so much. It felt like a huge push. Even doing this, even doing videos was a huge push to be able to do this because I saw myself doing this and there were plenty of time that I was getting sick. I was feeling, I don't feel like doing it. It's hard work. It is too much work. I have no time. I had plenty of reasons of not doing what I'm doing today. I had plenty of reasons why I should not do it. But I went against all of them because of my own self-belief that this is where I see myself. I see myself doing these videos. I see myself speaking on stage. This is how I see myself. So I went against everything that I felt. And it can be quite tricky because there is this feeling, what if I am being intuitively guided to not do this, right? We can trap ourselves in that thought. My intuition is telling me not to do this. What if, when you don't understand intuition properly, we get into that loop? Maybe God is saying, don't do this. Do you see how we can trap ourselves in this belief that maybe God is saying, do not do videos, do not do YouTube? But is it really? Is God saying that? The universe is saying that? No. That is my limitation that is saying that. That is not my intuition, that is my limitation. Because intuition is expansive. It expands you. It wants you to be evolved. It wants you to do bigger thing, be magical. Intuition will not tell you to not be magical. That is a limitation. That is doubts. That is fear that is speaking. So how do you know that your intuition is telling you to do bigger things and not telling you to remain small? Is by expansion. Intuition tells you to expand. The fear says no. The fear says remain where you are. The ego says remain where you are. Ego says do not change. But intuition, the guidance, the true divine guidance is expand. You can do everything. Expand and do. And that expansive energy, you feel it. When I think about speaking on stage, when I do these YouTube videos, it energizes me. It makes me happy. My soul is happy when I do this. It doesn't feel like work because this is what I feel so aligned with. Even when I was so down in the ditch, I was still making videos, and only making videos would make me feel happy. Even though before making the video, before sitting down and making this video, there was so many reasons I didn't want to do it, because I want to stay in bed, I want to work on something else, I want to watch TV, I want to watch Netflix, I want to not show up for myself. That's very pulling me down, that energy. But once I sit here and record this, I am expanded. I feel energized. That's how I know that I'm meant to do this. That's how I know. This is how you are tested. You are tested based on where you are and where you want to go. And that gap will be a lot if you feel a lot of pull. If you don't have the belief, if you do not have the resilience, you will go back to where you are. That's why so many people come to me. They want to change, they want to transform, but they find reasons why they cannot transform. They tell me that they do not have the money to transform. They tell me that they don't have the time to transform. They tell me their limitations. You can remain where you are and nothing will change and nobody can do anything. But you can have the push, you can have the resilience, you can have the self-belief that this is what I want to do. When you hire a coach, when you hire somebody, it's not that you are giving them money. It is you are making a decision, and only making that decision of putting that payment in and deciding, only that action can shift you. Because now you have done something. There's no going back, because now you have committed with your money that you are going to do this. Only making that decision and committing that is going to shift you. Most people remain there. They are like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this because it's expensive, because of this, because of that, because I don't have time, because it's going to be hard, because it's going to be difficult. Well, then you have your excuses and you can live with your excuses and limitations. Nobody can change you if you're not willing to change. So I'm only giving you this example how people get tested, and I see that time and time again. And I just feel you are choosing your excuses and limitations, and it's not going to change my life. You transforming yourself is going to change your life. And people do not see that. They see it very differently. They come up with so many reasons why they can't do something. So, why do you get tested? What is the reason for this test? The reason for this test is human beings have been gifted with free will. No other species has that gift other than human being. So universe, God tests you, and because you have this agency of free will, God wants to make sure that you are utilizing your free will. So you can utilize your free will to remain in your limitation, or you can utilize your free will for your own transformation. It is your choice. And this is why the test is important. The challenges are important. The difficulties are important. God is not making decision for you. You are the one making decision for yourself. This is the whole purpose of free will. You can choose to see the beauty in the world. You can choose to see the darkness in the world. It is your choice. This is why when you make a decision to do something beyond who you are in this current reality, God has to, the universe has to test you whether you completely doing that with your free will and you're not being pushed into that. Do you see that? So you will be tested based on that. If you are elevating and you are changing your vibration, before you decide to work, you will find reasons and excuses and you may get sick. Some other challenge comes up, something else comes up. The job gets very difficult, or you get really busy. You've got so many projects, you've got this, you've got that, right? That's just a test. Whether you can remain and commit to that decision of you working with your ideal teacher who you wanted to work with, being in that presence, you may get sick, you may feel resistance because the energy is different, the frequency is different. And the reason it is, like I said, it's because of the free will. You have the choice. And most human beings choose to remain in their suffering than their expansion, because pain is familiar. It's easy to remain where you are. It's hard to shift. It's because of these challenges that comes up. And these challenges only change when you keep the faith, you keep the self-belief, and you keep moving forward. That's when you will find the shift. Nothing comes easy. And this is important process of changing and transforming and doing something out of the box to move forward, to be in your light, to be the truth of who you are. You have to break these shackles that has been created by the environment that you've been living in. So I hope you found this video useful. The last thing I wanted to mention is that I have a masterclass, a free masterclass, which talks about emotional pain and suffering and why you may be suffering, the reasons why you might be stuck in these negative emotions. So if you are going through emotional trauma or triggers that you're looking to resolve and end this suffering, then do check out this free masterclass linked below. Apart from that, like this video if you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And this is the next video you should watch. And finally, may the light in me reaches the light in you.